Now at 6, police investigate an early morning burglary attempt in Dunawig, Missouri. Plus, concerns over third parties lead pharmacy workers in Kansas to meet with state lawmakers. And the Carthage Chamber of Commerce holds a legislative review session.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A burglary attempt leaves a business owner with serious injuries. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Anthony Saviello. Authorities respond to reports of a disturbance this morning at the Route 66 Coin Laundry on East 7th Street in Dunawig. Police say the owner arrived at his business to encounter a masked man attempting to burglarize the laundromat. During a struggle, the owner was shot in the hand, suffering a serious injury. The suspect then ran from the laundromat. This is a developing story. You can find more details on our website. That's KOAMnewsnow.com. Joplin police have begun an investigation into a shooting in the Eastermoreland neighborhood. Officers responded to 911 calls about a disturbance and hearing gunshots around 7 last night in the 2800 block of East Marquard Avenue. On scene, officers encountered a man leaving the home with injuries. He told police he had been assaulted by another man and a firearm was involved. After officers attempted to make contact with anyone else in the residence, Joplin SWAT was called in. Officers then executed a search warrant but found the house empty. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy for a first look at weather.
Well, of course, kind of gloomy outside for us today. Plus, we had a little bit of drizzle. We had the fog last night. Still have a lot of clouds across the region. We're going to get some more fog in here once again tonight. 45 in Joplin, 46 in Pittsburgh. As of right now, temperatures a little bit cooler on the Missouri side where the clouds have been thicker today, where you got a little bit of sunshine, a little bit warmer, Kansas, and then into parts of Oklahoma. But again, patchy fog once again tonight. Not as thick as what we had last night, but it's still going to be out there. So if you are going to be on the roadways into tomorrow morning, watch out for that. We're going to slide back through the 40s, eventually into the mid-30s later on tonight. And once we get any patchy fog burn off during the morning hours, we get a great day. High temps into the upper 50s, even warmer on Sunday. We're going to look at that here in a bit.
All right, Doug, see you soon. As the presence of avian flu persists in Newton County, multiple agencies in the area want to keep the public informed. The Newton County Commission, along with multiple county agencies, have compiled a list of frequently asked questions regarding avian flu in the region. These questions range from concerns over the potential for viral spread to humans to what people can do to ensure their food is safe. For a full list of questions and answers, just head over to KOAMnewsnow.com. Next week, pharmacies across Kansas will close for one day as workers meet with state legislatures in Topeka. They hope to bring to light their concerns regarding pharmacy benefit managers, better known as PBMs. PBMs are third-party administrators for health insurers' prescription programs. They are supposed to help negotiate for better drug prices and help determine rebates for pharmacies. But locally owned pharmacies say there's a conflict of interest as major PBM companies now own their own pharmacies and insurance companies.
They're now Fortune 15 companies, and using that power and that might and exploiting their influence across the board to where it's impacting patients' health and small businesses like ourselves.
The Federal Trade Commission has filed a lawsuit against the 3 largest PBM companies, citing anti-competitive and unfair rebating practices. We'll have much more on this story tonight on KOAM News at 10. The Carthage Chamber of Commerce hosted a legislative review session for local leaders to discuss concerns about issues affecting the community. KOAM's Melissa Alexis has more.
I think we're on the right track with what we shared. The feedback was positive.
Local leaders gathered in Carthage at CWEP for a legislative review session. Leaders from education to small businesses to housing and more were in attendance to make their voices heard.
Outside retail dollars.
So easy to pass a piece of legislation and it impacts everybody's lives. When you consider there's 34 senators in the state and only 18 to pass a piece of legislation in the Senate.
Which is why she says discussions like this help legislators understand how to better support local businesses and families. Senator Jill Carter and Representative Kathy Jo Loy were both in attendance to hear feedback on ways to better support the community.
Reach out and to call our sheriffs, to call our teachers, our superintendents, the business owners, and to be able to say, okay, how will this piece of legislation impact you? That is representative, that's a representative republic.
One of the things Representative Kathy Jo Loy discussed with the Carthage community is teacher pay.
Keep saying teachers need more pay, but do I really want to mandate that? Because there are small districts that teachers work there because they like the atmosphere, they love the students, they love the community. So making sure that the government's not putting mandates on education is what I went in there with, and I'm leaving going, okay, I'm on the right track.
Senator Jill Carter spoke on her sponsored bill, 58. The legislation would allow the Missouri governor to work with other states to enhance border security. It would also increase criminal punishment for illegal immigrants.
Illegal immigration, right? That's something that's on everybody's mind. Again, going back down to the border with our local law enforcement, there's a reality of how these people are being impacted because of the cartel influence, and so we're trying to address those concerns.
Senator Carter encourages people to get involved with the Citizens Advisory Board to make their opinions heard.
The only way I can serve them well is to know what they need from me.
Reporting in Carthage, Melissa Alexis, KOAM News.
The senator says there are various advisory boards for different areas of expertise that people can participate in. Visitors to the Galena Mining and Historical Museum get to take a trip back in time. The museum itself is a part of Kansas history, originally used as a train depot for the Katy Railroad Company. The building has been used as the museum since 1984. Some of the featured items visitors can find are wanted posters for notorious outlaw Jesse James and Belle Starr, antique automobiles, some old Galena and Joplin newspapers, and even some of the original cameras used here at KOAM. The museum is open Monday through Friday from 1 until 4 p.m. Revitalization efforts get underway for the Nevada City Square. That's coming up, but up first.
Liberal Fire District is getting a new fire station. Lonnie Walton, I have the details coming up.
The Liberal Fire District is breaking ground on a new fire station. This fire station is said to be the first fire station built and owned since 1964. KOAM's Lonnie Walton has the story.
This is a really big deal for this little town.
Bill Keltner is a board member for the Fire Protection District. He says this town has never had its own fire station, but why?
We just didn't have the money. We housed our trucks in the City of Liberals buildings.
Well, Liberal buildings are another problem. The fire chief says one of the bigger reasons why this is happening is because of space.
We're cramped. We're out of room. We've got more trucks than we have room for. We'd need to go downtown. I could show you.
And that's what we did. As you can see, the fire chief could barely get through the fire trucks.
We've got more trucks than we have room for. I've got some at my house, and we've long outgrown what we've got, our facilities.
And if you're worried about the cost, Henshaw says no worries. After all, it was the residents' choice.
We put a ballot measure on the ballot to go to a tax-supported fire district, and it passed overwhelmingly.
Kiltner says this relieves a lot of stress.
We needed more room to begin with, and we'll be able to have a training room and places to work on the trucks, and it'll just be a lot better facility for us than what we're in right now.
Reporting in Liberal, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
The fire chief says they hope the building will be complete by the end of this year. The city of Nevada says it's making progress on revitalization efforts on its city square. While some decisions concerning demolition are still in the hands of the courts, the city has moved to demolish certain buildings on the square, which should be completed by the end of February. The efforts come after years of planning and setbacks. A little later, kids in Carthage show off their aviation skills with some paper airplane.
Plus, our temperatures, they're going to start to warm up as we head into the weekend. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, of course, kind of a gloomy day once again for us today. We had clouds, we had fog last night, drizzle. Still, a lot of us have clouds, but the clouds are breaking up. Unfortunately, the fog is going to roll right back in later on tonight. We're looking at a nice shot of our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. Of course, this is downtown Joplin. So we're from 7th and Joplin Street looking northeast through downtown. Looks pretty good. Through the evening, slide back through the 40s. Eventually, we'll drop back into the mid-30s later on tonight. But temperatures, not bad for the last day of January. 41 Stockton, 49 Anderson, Veneta 54, Chanute, hair cooler at 49 degrees. But if you are going to be out mainly after 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning into the morning hours, we are going to have patchy, dense fog. So there are going to be some areas where for a few miles it may drop below a half a mile. So just watch out for that as we go through the overnight. Now the winds are going to pick up tomorrow. So once these winds get going mid to late morning, any fog that is out there will burn off. Winds are going to gust 20 to 30 by Saturday afternoon. In return, that helps our temperatures warm up. Still though, we're going to be breezy on Sunday, just not quite as bad as what we're going to see tomorrow. Still a little sliver, a little finger of some clouds, Kansas into southwestern Missouri. But this whole storm system heading away from us, this is the one that has given us the rain over the past couple days. Now, if we go back toward the west, here's our next storm system, but this is mainly going to shoot to our north. But we are going to get the clouds, especially Sunday into Monday. But it looks like this system, we will stay on the dry side. Let's go through your weekend. Tonight, here's that patchy fog building in. Here's 7 a.m., upper 30s to near 40. Fog burns off by the noon hour. We're going to jump into lower 50s. And by the afternoon, I think most of us look pretty good. 57, 8, 9 degrees. 57 Lamar, Cassville, Grand Lake 59, Independence up to about 58 degrees. Saturday night, not bad. Partly cloudy skies. We only dip back mid-40s for overnight lows. Let's go into your Sunday. We are going to have partly sunny skies, but look at our temps. We shoot into the mid-60s. Most of us 64, 5, or 66 degrees. And even on Sunday night, we still are shaping up pretty good. So to break down your weekend, high temp, 59 tomorrow, 64 on Sunday. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of clouds on Sunday, but overall it's looking pretty good. All right, let's go into next week. Monday it even gets better. Remember our average high is about 46-ish for this time of the year. We're going to push 70 on Monday afternoon, which is great. We do cool down on Tuesday. We have a front that slides in. This will give us a few showers, so we are going to have chances for showers Tuesday, Wednesday, and then into Thursday, and then this system will push right on out of the region. 59 Saturday, 64 Sunday, 68 on Monday, down to 45 Tuesday, up to 68 Wednesday, down to 50 on Thursday. So a roller coaster ride next week.
Sure, but pushing 70 on Monday, that's crazy to hear.
I mean, there's no football this weekend, so might as well get outside and enjoy it.
Absolutely. Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, the voice of the Chiefs, Mitch Holtis, tells us why the bye week before the Super Bowl is so important. And the college baseball season returns to the 4 states. Brock Baldridge has the scores from today's games and more.
The Colgan Lady Panthers and the Girard Lady Trojans face off for the first time this season. Both teams only have one loss on the year. This evening, both the boys and girls basketball teams from Colgan travel to Girard to face the Trojans. Colgan girls basketball is 11-1 on the season. Meanwhile, their opponent, Girard, is also 11-1. That sets up a big-time matchup tonight. This game is already underway. We'll have highlights from that game tonight at 10. Over to the boys' game. Both Colgan and Girard have had a couple of rough outings, but that can change tonight. Now that conference play is underway, we'll have highlights from the boys' game as well. Stay tuned for that tonight at 10. Well, can you believe it? Baseball and softball season is already here in the 4 states. Both Missouri Southern and Pittsburgh State begin the opening weekend of the 2025 season on neutral fields. The Missouri Southern Lions begin the year at the Dugan Invitational Tournament in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Lions face the Mule Riders to open the season for the second year in a row. This game started at 4:30 p.m. We'll have a final score update from this contest tonight at 10. Missouri Southern softball also getting their season underway. The Lions are in Branson for the leadoff classic there. Southern facing Arkansas Monticello, and the Lions looked really good in both games of their doubleheaders. Southern beats Monticello 6-1, and then the Lions beat Southwestern Oklahoma State 10-1. Southern is back on the diamond tomorrow at noon. Over in Edmond, Oklahoma, the Pitt State Gorillas kick off the season against the Oklahoma Baptist Bison. Gorillas start the year 1-0. Pitt State wins the game 7-1 over the Bison. PSU baseball will face East Central tomorrow at 12:30. Last but not least, at the D2 First Pitch Invitational in Conroe, Texas, the Pitt State softball team starts the year against Angelo State. Gorillas get shut out in their first game of the year, 5-0. The final score there. However, PSU has another game tonight, 6:30 p.m. against St. Edwards. While the Kansas City Chiefs are headed to New Orleans to play in Super Bowl 59 against the Philadelphia Eagles. The Chiefs just won their third straight AFC championship last Sunday, and the national narrative is the Chiefs get all the calls. Apparently, that's the only reason they're good. But Mitch Holtis has a counter to that argument on this Minute with Mitch.
The Super Bowl bye week is so important. You can't win the game this week, but you can lose it if you don't prepare for the circus next week. But I'm ready to go attack the circus on the false narrative that the Chiefs get all the calls. Stop it. The Chiefs ranked 17th in the NFL this year in scoring drives in the regular season that were aided by penalties for first downs. 73 scoring drives, 17 penalties, percentage of 23.3%. Who got the most help? Wait for it. Buffalo, number 1 in the NFL with 28 penalties called for them, resulting in first downs on 86 scoring drives for a 33% ratio. By the way, Philadelphia was 12th in penalty help on scoring drives. Not a fan of the false narratives on this Minute with Mitch. The Minute with Mitch is brought to you by Como Jewelry in Joplin and Pittsburgh.
Well, there you have it. You can watch Super Bowl 59 over on Fox 14. That's a look for sports. We're back after this.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We'll have the latest on recovery efforts after a mid-air collision takes the lives of dozens of people on a passenger flight out of Wichita. Plus, concerns grow from pharmacy workers in the area over third-party influences, and the Fire Aid concert brings out music's biggest names to benefit wildfire recovery. Those stories and a lot more tonight at 9 on KOAM News on Fox 14. Some students at Fairview Elementary in Carthage used paper airplanes to make an important decision today. The kiddos made paper airplanes with a specific destination written on each one. Whichever plane flew the farthest would be this year's destination for Tiger Air.
One of our Title I teachers, her husband, built us a wooden airplane that seats an entire class, and so we put it up down in our safe room, and all the students come as a class and they board the airplane, they receive snacks. Our Title I teachers are the flight attendants, and they fly to the country, they learn about the country.
Tiger Air is an in-depth, immersive social studies activity to help students learn more about a country, its culture, and language. I am going to be loving this weekend weather.
Yeah, the weekend looks fantastic. Upper 50s for you on Saturday, 64 on Sunday. It is going to be breezy. We are going to have some clouds out there, but not a big deal. And then pushing 70 by Monday.
That's crazy to think. It was January and we're pushing 70. So.
Tomorrow's Feb 1st.
Oh, that's true.
Crazy.
Yeah, think about it. All right, thanks for watching. We'll be right back here at 10. Have a great evening.